He's taking a little bit more time now, really studying this situation. I don't think he wants to do anything to help advance these two runners. But now he's got 3 balls and no 0 strikes. He's gonna have to really knuckle down here and just rely on what he knows. Oh, that one looked like it was good, but it's not. It'll advance runners now. We have bases loaded for Coweta.
Looks like they'll have
bases loaded to the plate, number 20, number 13.
And Coweta still only has 1 out, so now this is where you really have to think about what you're going to do, and if you have nerves, you got to calm them, because
it's like they'll go talk with their pitcher.
Yeah, it's like we may be. Looks like it looks like we are going to be switching pitchers now. I haven't really seen anybody warming up in the bullpen, so.
Well, they gave him some sunglasses. I don't know why, but they gave him some, and
he has come off of the plate, and they're gonna. Looks like they're gonna swap up. Can't see that number. It looks like maybe number
2.
Number 2. It looks like. Who is that?
Looks like they'll have Rock Gillum.
Okay.
Came in and closed last time we streamed the game. Wasn't throwing great last time, but he's here to make it up.
I'm not really sure that. Kyle couldn't have come in and maybe finished this inning out, but you're in a situation like this. You have runners on base, on every base. You really can't afford to make a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
You have to really be throwing strikes and stuff, and that's a moment when you just don't want to think about it. You have to rely on that muscle memory and just knowing how to put it into the plate every time. Can't let yourself get stressed out. You can't let yourself think about it. There's lots of situations in sports where you have that. You have that, that kick where you need to get that field goal to tie the game or something like that. And you have to just not really meaning to necessarily reference our state championship this year, but you have those moments where you just sort of can't overthink it. You have to just let your mind kind of go slack and just rely on what your body knows what to do, and we call that muscle memory. Basketball, shooting free throws is a great example of that. Can't think about it. That's why I tell people, all that whistling and hollering and catcalling while people are shooting free throws really doesn't necessarily do a whole lot, because if you have good muscle memory, you don't even have to think about it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's just about all sports, though. I mean, baseball, muscle memory.
Yeah.
Golf, definitely muscle memory.
Yeah.
Football, to be honest, it comes down to physical ability, muscle memory, knowing what you're doing.
Even music. Musicians are all the same. Pianists, if you watch pianists will play these big 30, 40-minute long pieces of music, and they never look at a piece of music. They're not up there turning music or anything. It's because they practice for hours and hours a day, and by the time they get on stage and they're at that piano, their fingers just know what to do, and their body remembers how to move, and that's where muscle memory comes in. It's a thing. It's something that really in sports is a huge part of the game.
Right.
Every game has it. Well, we're up 2 balls, 1 strike here.
Looks like we have camera died.
There we go. We have another strike. So it looks like we have does look like we have a camera that has died. That is our rooftop camera somehow has gone kaput. So we'll go take a look at that here in just a minute. There we go, and that's a strikeout. That's what you got to do. You got to just not let the pressure get to you and just do your job.
There's 2 strikes, 1 to go. Bases loaded.
Yeah, let's leave 3 on the plate here is what Muskogee wants to do. They definitely are looking to get out of this one if they can here.
Now you got the power hitter. Short bat. And looks like they'll call that.
Yeah, I'm gonna call that a ball.
Ball 1. And that was straight in the middle.
Yeah. Oh, there he calls. See, man. See, now there we go. We put up ball 2. And he's called a strike about 5 minutes later. No, I guess he called another one a strike. It looks like we've got 2 strikes.
Low to the right.
Oh, that was smart. Jameson, the very skilled, very experienced catcher, stopped that immediately. Not let it get it by him.
Well, Gillen was smart to try and cover home plate, too.
Yeah. He could have. That could have easily.
Just knowing your situation.
That could have easily.
Could have got away from
been a problem.
Yeah.
That one looks like it's inside. Although he would still have about 5 seconds before he would call it a strike here because we're taking our time. Oh boy, I was hoping for that one. He calls it a strike. He's calling them. He's just not signaling them. So that's that doesn't help us, but
it helps him.
It helps the Muskogee Roughers because that gets them out of a sticky situation going into the bottom of the 5th.
Top of the 5th. Right? Top of the 5th? I don't know.
We're in the bottom. So the top of the inning is when you have the first team up. Bottom is when the second. Because the bottom of the inning, you're on your way out. So we are in the bottom now of the 5th, according to our scoreboard.
Okay. Well,
I'm thinking I could be backwards. You know what's throwing me off though is they actually have the Tigers listed as the home team up there. So maybe that's why we're backwards here because looks like Tigers maybe have home advantage, which is kind of odd. You would think that the Roughers would, but since this is our field, but this may be a makeup game, and if this is a makeup game, then that would explain that. But
right.
I'm not sure what's going on here.
We're gonna go fix that camera, and we'll be back.
All right, everybody, we're back for the bottom of the 5th inning. Just having to remember a little bit about how baseball works here, and that the home team has last bat. So that first pitch there called a strike. Oh, he gets a piece of that one, but that one's off to the southwest. That one, boy, it went about a mile, but unfortunately it went a mile in the wrong direction. Our intrepid announcer Connor Freeman up on the roof fixing out a battery on one of our cameras. Looks like he's got that done on his way back down. I am Mr. Sanderson, and you are watching Rougher TV Baseball. Looks like we now have Either they're not putting the balls up on there, or I'm mixed up on this, because it looks like that should have been too. There's another one popped up high back over the back fence. Oh, and that was a great swing, but unfortunately didn't connect with the ball, and there's our first out.
Batting next to be outfielder number 1, Chris Daniels.
And Chris Daniels off the hit. He hit I think he got a base last time at bat. Not 100% though.
It's like we're not going to call that one.
I think we got a pitching change for Coweta as well.
That one was a strike.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out.
That one, let's see if he calls it. No, he's not going to, it looks like.
Be ball 2.
That should be ball 2. They're showing only 1 ball on there, but this is the 4th pitch here. So that should be ball 3.
Ball 3, yeah.
One strike.
Yeah.
I think they're probably having trouble like we are. You can't hear the ump up here. You can't hear him calling, and I think he's calling every once in a while. He's calling some strikes, and he's not signaling them.
Yeah, I think he's going verbally.
And so being up here we can't hear, so it's kind of hard to tell. That one was kind of a down and away, and that puts a runner on first for Muskogee. That air conditioner's getting a little cool now. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day for some baseball.
Mm-hmm. 1 out, runner on first.
Ooh, that
looks
was
like it'd be low, maybe should call a ball here. We'll call the ball up here. Yeah.
It's out there. Tried to show you on the guys on the and I'm kind of wondering if that's what there's a little microphone thing down here that they have hooked up to that, and I think that is what that is for. I think that's what's picking up whether it's a ball or a strike, and so I kind of wonder if that is somehow connected to the scoreboard, and that's what's listening to put the ball. And maybe every once in a while it doesn't hear it, and so that's why it's not putting it up on the scoreboard. Maybe
I think it's a.
I could be wrong. It could be a camera of some sort, but I can't.
Yeah, it looks like a camera.
But I don't think
he'll drop that.
He'll drop that, and he's going to advance to second. And Igert, Coach Dean Igert out there he wanted him to go on to third. He was up there dancing around.
I'm surprised he didn't go to third.
He a little cautious. It's all right. He's advanced to second. I have to tell Coach Igert I enjoyed his little dance tomorrow.
It's like
they had that up last game that we were here, and it was, that's interesting. You kind of slung that. I kind of thought that was illegal in baseball, but I guess not anymore.
It's like he'll take first.
So he's gonna advance on 4 balls.
Shortstop number 22, Doc Estes.
Advance on a walk there. Now it looks like Muskogee's starting to get into a similar situation that Coweta was in, that we were in.
He'll take third.
There we go.
Second.
It's a wild dropped pitch, and that is going to let our runners advance to second and third.
Surprised their coach hasn't called a new pitcher or called a new one to the mound at all.
It kind of looked like he might earlier, but
I see one getting warm over there in the bullpen.
Yeah, they do have a one warming up. We also have one. Looks like warming up in the bullpen. So both teams have pitchers.
think we
getting
got
warmed
Rock
up.
Gillum over there. I think that's who's 8. No, number 8 is
Yeah, I can't tell who that is. I can't see these numbers. That's one thing about them. It's kind of hard to see those numbers from the front. And that will be called a ball. I don't think Coweta's had a pitching change yet, have they?
Yeah, they had one earlier.
They
in
had
between
one earlier.
innings, yeah.
Oh, that's a little dinked ball. He's in there. You're going to try to run him down. And they miss him. He is safe. They try to catch him in a pickle, and they do not pull it off. And he is called back safe. Muskogee now has bases loaded.
Looks like the
That
coach-
was not handled well at all. That he did the right thing. He did the right thing, right? You want to cut the guy off going to home. Don't ignore the guy going to first because you don't want anybody scoring. And he's actually closer to home whenever he had the ball, but they just didn't execute that well.
Couldn't catch him.
No, he tried to catch him instead of throwing to the guy that could have.
Yeah.
They just didn't. Oh man, what a that's one of those things your catcher's got to put that out of mind now. He can't be thinking about that and letting that distract him. He's just got to have to put that out of mind now. So Coweta quickly finding themselves in the same situation. Now that one's off. That is going to advance a runner. That is going to advance a runner to home. That went off the top of his glove and just got past him.
That'll bring our score to 3-1. And looks like we'll have the freshman Truth Deadman up to hit next with a runner on second and a runner on third.
Yeah, this is going to be really interesting now because even though you don't have a runner on first, you're still sort of in the same situation.
Swing and a miss. Late swing there.
Late swing, and we still have not reset our balls and strikes over here, so we're going to reset them on our scoreboard. That was, that kind of the same kind of real slow swing that we saw from him earlier. And they're going to, they're going to get him out there. That was smart. It was a smart play by the catcher there. He paused for a second, and he looked around, he assessed the situation, and then he made his choice to throw, and that was he made the right decision. He had a much easier play.
Out number 1.
That's out number 2.
Out number 2.
We are 2 outs, and we've got runners on second and third. That one's outside now to the other side. I haven't seen a lot of those out to that other side. Second base getting quite a leadoff here. But unfortunately, same mistake is going to allow another run. In the same inning, that is the second time that the catcher has been overthrown.
I'm surprised the coach hasn't taken him out. Not because of not because of a skill issue, but more of he's in his head. I mean,
yeah,
you look at him; he's over there stressed.
Yeah, definitely. He's
breathing heavy. You can tell he was frustrated by that one, with good reason.
So we are still at 2 balls here. Oh, that one was thrown inside again.
The dirt.
That one, I think that hit him. Yeah, it must have hit him. So he's going to go now to first, and that's going to put runners on first and third. And now we are going to have a conference on the plate, it looks like.
Never a good thing. Well, if that's your team.
It's hard to know, every time, you see a coach go out to the mound, there's always that expectation that you're about to switch out pitchers. But sometimes these are just strategy sessions. Sometimes they're just
talk to them, calm them down.
Calm them down, bolster your, give them a little bit of confidence back and everything, and just give them a chance to reset mentally.
Right. And looks like he'll reset his belt. Kind of adjusted the belt. Maybe it's a metaphor. We'll see.
Well, they are still in a situation with the runner at third, runner at first. It's going to be very interesting to see how they play this here. We do have 2 outs, so if he can get it out here, he's pretty good.
Hard ball thrown there.
Had some speed on that one, but another ding. That one's going to go, but that one is going to be fielded out in. I don't know. I can't tell my right from left. And it's going to be fielded anyway, and that gets Coweta out of this inning. And they are thankful for that. Allowed 2 runs off of errors in that inning, and so I'm sure they are probably happy to.
I think you go into this break just reiterating your game plan and calming your guys down, because really that's what they need. They just messed up a good amount. But we'll see. Top of the 5th coming up. You're watching Rougher TV. Welcome back. We're here. Looks like we got a pitching change. It looks like Rock Gillum is on the mound. He was pitching last inning for the Roughers, but he comes back. Top of the 5th, Roughers lead 4-1.
I believe we're actually at the top of the 6th now. That's my fault. I forgot to change that.
I felt like
we were at the top of the 6th.
Really good senior night for the Roughers here. I don't think I've seen. I think Jameson was at bat like twice so far. I haven't really seen him, I feel like.
Well, really just smart play to take advantage of some of those errors and to know exactly what to do when you see that. Sometimes, inexperienced players will sort of balk whenever they see like an overthrow like that, not quite know what to do. Oh, that one just gets through his glove, but shortstop does stop it. That is still going to allow the guy to get on. Going to allow a runner onto first.
But that dive saved him from going to second.
That dive saved him from going to second. That's exactly right.
But, the thing is, usually, we bring up this as a young team, and, usually with a young team, those pickles and stuff like that they're thrown in will kind of mess them up. But they reacted really well.
Yeah. And baseball is one of those sports that, unlike it's like football, which has a set season. Mm-hmm. You have sports like basketball and baseball where now there are leagues, outside of school time, and you end up having travel teams and things like that. So you can have a season with a club during the summer, and then you can turn around and have a travel season even. And so you have kids that are really serious about this sport that maybe looking at college or things like that just play. They can literally play almost year round.
Well, yeah. Football. The only thing out of football is their summer 7-on-7, their little passing leagues and stuff. Yeah. AAU for basketball, they play all year long.
All year. Yeah.
And, I mean, softball is a good example. Softball literally plays all year
Yeah.
round because they have fast pitch and slow pitch, and then plus that'll be a ball. Plus they have what's it called? Travel teams.
Yeah. I have a cousin who actually coaches softball and basketball in Arkansas, and she's in her 30s,
She's probably
and
busy.
she still plays softball, as on a team, and
Yeah, my
she's
boss
playing
does.
year round. It's kind of amazing.
Yeah. Shout out Benet Crumpton. That's my boss over at
Shout out to Mary Catherine Qualls. I don't know if she'll ever hear this, but she'll appreciate me saying her name anyway.
Well, next Thanksgiving or whenever you go back. No, Easter. Whenever be like, hey, I shouted you out.
They actually went to my aunt and my mom actually went to a Hogs game on Tuesday. I've not had a chance yet to ask how it went, but my mom loves baseball. I grew up, I didn't play baseball much, but I grew up, my mom and stepdad coached softball, and I helped with that, and so was around it. My nephews played baseball, and I just what a throw! He got him. Oh no, he's called him safe. Oh man, I think our second baseman disagrees with that. It looks like he got him, but
What a throw by Jameson.
what
though.
a throw though. That was a heck of a throw.
The pop was great, all that.
Yeah, not getting distracted by anything, but that second baseman, he he looked at that up for a while. I think he disagreed with that call. I think I may have disagreed with it too.
Yeah, right.
But it's hard for us to see up here.
No balls, no strikes.
But-
And runner on second.
Almost
bounces off the
a
short.
pinball, and that's unfortunate because that is going to allow a runner to come home. That's going to allow a runner to advance to second base. That ball it was like a pinball going down and through there, and that just unfortunately can't do anything with that. So we have a runner now on second, and Coweta
The new batter.
has scored in the 6th inning.
And one out. No balls, no strikes, one out. Yeah.
Have had two jobs going on up here. We have Connor Freeman, of course, our illustrious live announcer, who has done such a great job during basketball season and during baseball. Of course, he's one of our snap. I don't know what to call what is your position in football?
I'm a long snapper.
Long snapper during football, so he didn't get to call anything there. Now
They just got excited.
we got excited all of a sudden. I'm wondering if the ump is reversing that call and calling him out. Something's going
looks
on.
like it. He's going to the.
Something's
see if we
going
can-
on here.
See if we can change cameras. See the argument here.
The coach for Coweta is not happy and kind of interested in.
He said no. He said, I don't know what to tell you. This is baseball, and I don't know what to tell you. The coach is like, I get it, but listen, he was out. He was safe.
Yeah,
Coach,
but
can't-
if you're the ump, you have a responsibility to justify reversing that call, and if you can't do that, then if you don't have a reason for justifying changing that. So I can't tell what we're doing here.
I think we're just
Oh, they're making him go back.
waving some hands around, saying hi, goodbye, see you later.
So
And
I don't know what they're doing with that.
I don't know what happened either.
I'm wondering if, man, I don't know. They called interference on the umpire because the ball may have hit him, and if it did, then that runner has to go back to first, which
Out
he
first.
does, and now we are.
Bottom of the 6th, Ruffers lead 4-2.
And
And
what a development.
that was interesting. I thought there was one out. But nevertheless, you're watching Ruffer TV. We're going to take a quick break.
All right, welcome back to the 6th inning. It's a little bit of an explanation of what happened there. So what happened was that we were called interference by the ref, so they had to send the runner back. And here's what happened: he had led off and
Didn't
tag when the ball went out there, and so he was not allowed to go to second base, and so that then resulted in the second out. He had to go back to base, and so that's where we ended up in that last inning, and part of the reason why the coach from Coweta was so upset by that and by reversal. So thank you to our announcer for that explanation. We were kind of confused about as to what might have actually happened there. There is a line drive.
Gets past the shortstop.
Look at that.
And he'll get a single. Probably could have ran for the double, but wanted to play it safe.
Yeah, he wasn't running fast enough, I think, to have pulled off the double. I think he made a smart decision.
Take one rather than none.
Wasn't quite far enough out into the outfield, I think, for him to have pulled off the double there.
Right, and looks like we got senior Luke Jamison up to hit.
Oh, and throwing back to first, it looks like.
A little frightened.
Make him scramble just a little bit. Again.
And safe again.
Yeah, he's not even
leading off that much.
He's not leading off enough for that. I think they're just trying to spook him off a little bit and try to keep him. Boy, that one was well inside, but
they keep throwing back to first.
Yeah, they're trying.
That was a good throw from first to the pitcher, though. Just throwing back to him.
Bottom of the 6th, is that what you guys got?
Yeah. Bottom of the 6th.
We are at the bottom of the 6th.
1 ball.
Oh, that was a bunt, but unfortunately, that bunt glances off the bat and comes backwards, and that's going to result in a strike. Foul, of course, becomes the first strike. But
right. For those of you who don't know.
He does it again and
Bunt
goes for another
working.
bunt, and he gets the exact same result. He's really trying to advance this runner to second. It's a good idea. It's just kind of not hitting enough square in the middle of the bat, and so it's just sort of glancing off. That one's outside, but he's going to get to second anyway off of that error. He gets past the catcher, and that's going to let the runner proceed to second now.
We're on second. And looks like we will have
2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. And now Luke Jamison is going to have a feeling he's probably going to swing for the fences here, but maybe not.
I think he will let this one go for ball 3. The crowd
Somebody's getting
that.
excited there. No, he rips that, and it is, oh man, too bad. That was great. If it had gone just a little bit further, but that was a great effort on the part of our outfielder there to catch that. I always get these backwards, Connor. Explain right and left field to me. Is it our right and left, or is it their right and left?
It's our right and left. Now in
Rock Gillum.
Rock Gillum up to hit. What sport is it that's flipped? There's one sport that's flipped.
Yeah, I don't know, but the right fielder, boy, he made a great effort to get under that because that was a line drive.
I don't remember what sport it is that's flipped. I don't know, but baseball it is right field's on the right, left field's on the left, center field.
Looks like we will have a pitching change here for Coweta now.
This will be number 16 for Coweta.
Our runner on second getting a little bit of coaching from Coach Eigert.
It's an interesting way to throw the ball.
Yeah, it kind of has a little sidearm kind of throw to it. But, we've seen watching football this year, watching Jamarian Ficklin, he kind of has a little bit of there's a little throw that he does that's it's like a rocket, man. But he kind of does a little, almost like a little sidearm looking throw that he does that just, it's like a laser. Just he's very, very accurate with that throw.
Well, I think it was a good idea for them to get a pitching change right here.
It was. I think that not just because I don't think it was necessarily a issue of him being tired. I think that maybe he had just psyched himself out just a little bit with those errors and things, but he threw that one. Look, Jameson just connected with it, and they were, for some reason, they were done with that.
One thing about baseball, especially high school, is that they don't have they don't have what was I saying? Oh, they don't have a limit on pitchers you can change. So
yeah,
you can keep switching them out.
So I'm wondering, I know in other younger players and stuff, there is a limit to how many pitches that they can throw within a certain amount of time. I'm wondering if there is that rule.
I don't think so, because last game Avery Browning threw 100 pitches in a game.
Yeah.
And I think that's honestly that's the guy for Muskogee is Browning. I mean, it's phenomenal. Him and Doc Estes, really, really, really good pitchers.
The
Rod Gillum's pretty good too.
Catcher and pitcher having a little bit of a conference now before we get ready to resume play here. And that one's going to be a line drive down between second and third, and he's going to hold up at third. That's a smart decision. We now have runners at first and third. What a hit!
Yeah, no kidding.
That was a perfect hit to advance a runner.
That's probably the money spot. Really.
I don't know what's going on here, but
and I'll call him
out. I didn't see what he said. I think he
called him out.
Yeah, he called him out. Despite the little pirouette by the
famous to be number 1, Chris Daniels.
The little pirouette that we had there. So that's going to lead us to our second out. It's unfortunate. That was an unfortunate turn of events. I thought maybe he had slumped down and sat down and maybe ducked under him, but he did not.
Ooh.
That one's that one's not just outside. That one's behind the batter.
Lucky the catcher caught that, or else he would have stole first.
He would have. Yes, he is. That was a little bit of a. Kind of makes me wonder if I'm worried he's going to hit the bat, and he does.
There.
It's exactly what happened.
I think the parents get happy whenever it hits.
Well, I think the thinking there is, well, you take it, way to take it. But,
take it. Take that.
But, yeah, it's not always so fun the next day when you got that
raspberry
big knot on your shoulder.
Runners on first and third. I think, yeah. 2 outs.
All right, here we go. Well, so now we've got a runner in position to score, but we were also here. Someone has called time. Looks like the batter maybe throw the pitcher a little bit off of his pace.
Got number 7, Jace Paul, to hit here.
Kind of want him to seem to rip it, and well,
good hit.
He does, but unfortunately he rips it in the wrong direction, and that one goes up high and back behind the home dugout.
We're almost in the bullpen.
Just almost. Yeah, almost.
Gave him an extra ball to throw.
He does it again. This one goes a little bit further away back, but he's connecting with it. I tell you, if he times that right, gets the bat right there level on it, he might just
send it.
He might send it somewhere
far
out of this area code. Maybe I don't know. He's
Over
looks
into
like
the
he's
house
swinging
line.
pretty solid. Oh, he got it again. That was a line drive down to third. Third base is going to get it though, and make a great throw to first, and that's going to be our. It's going to be our out.
No score here.
Unfortunately, we had a runner make it to home plate, but unfortunately the out negates that, and so we are going to go now into the top of the 7th.
And we'll take a break here. You're watching Rover TV.
And we're back now for the 7th and final inning of this game. Muskogee leading right now by 2 runs. Let's see if they can hold that here. Then we have a line drive. Oh boy, that was a costly error there. Line drive past third base. I think he just took a little bit of a hop or something.
Holding to a single there.
Single by Hall, that'll bring to the plate outfielder number 3, Sutter Winsworth.
Well, that's a quick on base. I think that ball hit and just took a little bit of a weird hop and just right under his glove.
Yeah. Ooh.
That one's a ding out to middle, but that one's going to be fielded very easily. Good. Going to get right under that. Didn't even really have to move that much. It's a great, it was a good swing, good solid connect, but unfortunately it just went
out number 1.
Straight down the center.
Batting next to be number 26, Jackson Bankhauser.
Make sure if you're watching on Rover TV that you stay tuned. We're going to be streaming our senior night here. We'll be recognizing 2 of our players who will be graduating this year.
Is it after the game?
It's immediately following this game.
Cool. Usually they do it before, I think. Well, I guess it depends.
If there is a 2-game night like there is tonight, they generally do it in between games.
It's like we had football.
Softball always does theirs after the game. And so what a little no. He's Luke Jameson, smart play to get over there really quickly and grab that ball and stop it from going anywhere. That could have been
bad.
Could have been bad, but just smart presence of mind from the whole team there. That was a pretty nice little hit, but unfortunately it just kind of got under it a little bit and it just didn't go far enough.
Gillum throwing pretty good today.
Went straight to second. There's another one straight up the middle. He dives for it and misses it.
Single up the middle by Warren, out of bring to the plate, catcher number 25.
All of a sudden, really quickly, Coweta has runners on first and second. We have 2 outs, though, so Muskogee can just hold this here, this will be ball game. Coweta swinging to stay in the game.
Quick game today. Really
This
quick game.
Has been a very fast-paced game, and just I think the pitching has been kind of fast-paced, and the hits they've connected to a lot of hits, but
right.
Boy, they've all been up in the air, they've been high, they've been fieldable, and just that has really helped this game move along quite a bit. There's another one, but he's going to get that one, and that is going to be an out at second, and that is going to be the ball game.
That'll be the game. Final score 4-2.
Great play really good play by both teams. Coweta just unfortunately had a couple of errors that just at the wrong time. Sometimes you have those errors and they're recoverable. Sometimes you have those errors and they happen just at the right moment of the game to allow the other team to score, and that just was unfortunate tonight for them. Muskogee wins this one 4-2. Stay tuned, and we will turn it over to our announcer for our senior night ceremony.
Ladies and gentlemen, we also want to welcome you to Senior Night, a night that we celebrate leaders on and off the field. Our first senior does exactly that. Whether he's leading his baseball team or the spirit team at a football game and basketball game, he's always a leader. Our first senior tonight is catcher number 3, Luke Jamison. Luke is escorted by his father, John David Jamison, and his mother, Jenny Bell. The biggest influence in your life? My dad has always been my biggest influence because he's always pushed me to be the best version of myself. When asked for his plans after high school I plan to play college baseball and pursue a degree in secondary education. Upon graduation, I plan to become a high school or college baseball coach. Ladies and gentlemen, give your senior number 3, Luke Jamison, a big hand. Ladies and gentlemen, our next senior all knows everything about leadership because he has been a great leader for his team as well. Our next seniors, number 4, Kylan Blue. Kylan is escorted by his mother, Miss Tanisha Blue. Well, that's the biggest influence in your life. My grandfather has always been the biggest influence because when I was young, we spent a lot of time together where he taught me how things worked. He has been retired since I can recall, so he's always been available. He was the one that taught me at a young age, so I had the knowledge and the understanding how things worked. When asked for his plans for after high school I'll attend Redland Community College, where I'm going to study animal science and later plan to become a plumber and raise show pigs. Ladies and gentlemen, your senior tonight, number 4, Kylan Blue.
And that'll conclude our senior night. Thank you for watching. You're watching Rough TV with a win over the Coweta Tigers.